people, welcome to Women Rise. This is another Saturday afternoon. My name is Naiga Madrin and I'm so happy to be back on this platform. Welcome to Civic Space TV. If you're watching us for the very first time, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button. We are always here Saturdays afternoon to bring you exciting conversations, exciting stories from our exciting guests. Now today I have a privilege to host the president of the Uganda Young Democrats, and this is none other than Sayuni Hellen. Hellen, you're welcome.
Thank you, Marjorie.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look lovely.
Thank you, dear.
Always in green. Yes,
Yeah.
I love the green with Hellen. Hellen is a teacher by profession, but then also serves as the president of Uganda Young Democrats. She's so passionate about youth leadership and young women empowerment. So we are happy to have Hellen here, and we are looking forward to enjoying her conversation and of course learning from her experience, leadership experience and journey. Welcome again. Say hello to our viewers.
Hello, viewers. Good to be here, and thank you for tuning in. Thank you for keeping it the civic space, and I'm always glad to be hosted.
Yeah, welcome, welcome. Civic Space TV is home for Hellen.
Yeah.
We are happy and so proud of you. Hellen, someone who is watching us for the very first time, how do you describe yourself? Who is Hellen Sayuni?
Hellen is a young female politician, who believes in the Democratic Party, and that is why I gave in myself and contested, and I'm serving as the Uganda Young Democrats president. I have formerly been the UID vice president, and that is where I came from. The journey, of course, has not been so short. Maybe if I can take you back, I started from Chambogo University. That's where I joined DP from. We used to have a very active UID chapter then. Just like it is that in institutions of higher learning here, UID has very stronger structures. So I joined from Chambogo, that is 2018, and I served as the chapter chairperson then until 2020. Then we were heading for the delegates conference. The delegates conference, if you remember very well, it was in Gulu. Yeah, and that time many people had crossed off from DP. There was a lot of crisscrossing towards the 2021 election. Many people were going to people power, so that is how I took advantage of that and joined the center stage, contested, and then became the vice president, which I served up to 2025 now. Recently, when we went to Mbara, and I contested for president.
For president.
Here we are.
And here we are.
Yes.
Wow. We are looking forward to enjoying that beautiful journey. But before we go into that, we want to know about the Hellen before the person we are seeing today. Your childhood moments, your education background. Yes. And where are you from? Where are you from?
Well, I am born from Ruchiga district. It was cut out of Kabale formerly. It used to be a big, huge of Ruchiga, Rwanda, then the now Kabale. Then it was one district. So I am born in Ruchiga district in a village called Ibasio. It's in Muhanga Town Council, and that's where I started from. I am the kind of kids that used to go for lunch home and then go back to school.
Go back to school.
Yeah.
Was your school so close?
Yeah, it was so close, about I think 2 kilometers or less. Yeah. So I used to I went to Nyavirema Primary School. It's in the different village but neighboring mine. Then I went to Buchinda Secondary School. It's also near my home. So we are those that used to go then come back in the evening. Yeah, they both are UCE, and so they are all government schools. That's where I finished my senior 4 from. I went only to 3 schools. P1 up to P7, one school. S1 up to S4, one school. Wow. Then I went to Bishop Kivenje Schools, Miebe. I did my advanced level, 5 and 6. That one then is in Kabale district. Those are the celebrity schools that we have. Yes, so that's where I did my S5 and 6, then came to Chambogo University, where I did my university and did Bachelor of Arts with Education, majoring in literature and English. Yeah.
Okay. Which kind of child were you growing up? The funny moments you remember, the beautiful moments you remember about your childhood.
I was the most loved child at home. I'm the last born of the 6.
Hey.
Yes, and my father loved me so much, so much. So I'm a daddy kid. I used to be with him all the time. Yeah, daddy's daughter. Then every time after school, maybe we used to have a farm of goats. So every time after school, primary, because you know P1 up to P3, you go up to, then come at 1, don't go back. Yeah. So I would come, then join him, we go grazing goats. So we grew up like that. We would go in the afternoon, go grazing goats, then come back later. Even the upper classes of P3 up to 7, I was doing it. I would go because that was the source of my school fees. And the other kids were all old. There's some bit of a big age group between me and the other 5. Okay. Yeah, so I would come, go graze goats. It was a huge farm. We'd go, so we would sometimes graze on people's crops. They beat us. Yeah, so that is it. I had a very fun childhood because of, being pampered. You're the last born. Nobody should talk about, nobody should talk about the kid in the house, not doing housework. Yeah, so I am that kind of kid of chejo, not doing any work at home. The daughter is crying. Yeah. I was, till now when I go to the village, they call me daughter. Yeah. Wow. So very few last know bonds, about. Yeah, people have gotten to know about Hellen and Sayuni because of now Kampala experience of the TVs and the politics. But I am a very daughter child. Yeah, the whole village and the sub-county, I'm
our daughter. Wow, yes. Wow. Yeah. Is there anything that from your childhood that connects you to the person you are today? Anything that shaped
you? Yes. Of course, my mother was a leader. Up to now she is. She was on the LC1 council as the defense. There is among the 9 positions, there is a defense position. Yes. And growing up, my father used to actually call her defense. Everything she would call her defense, not her name, not anything, but defense. So, and she's a very, very tough woman, very tough. So I was looking up to her in the kind of, how she was doing her things, that in the village she was looked at like, she would pass by and everybody's like, if kids are like playing on the roadside, they would all disappear. Yeah. So that is the kind of.
Is it because of the position she held? Because of the position she
held, but also she's very tough. With mentorship and with the girl child, she was very tough. And then also our elder sister inherited the character of my mother. So she was also that tough. And then she would want you to be perfect. So I'm a result of the modeling of my mother and our elder sister. They are the same character, but they were very, very strict, to the level that I think from P1 until senior 6, we would go to the market only when she's around. I never held a phone until I was in year 1. Actually, when I was going, not when I finished.
Oh my!
Yeah, when I was going to campus, that's when they bought me a phone. We had hours. You would know that fetching water is between this time. Then the other hours you must be home. Sweeping the compound is between this time. Washing utensils is between. So that
however
is the
much
natural.
You were the last boy.
However much I was the last born, I knew if it's my turn and they've said this is what you're going to do, I know I have to do it within this time. So the nurturing, growing up, the nurturing made me who I am. In that, of course, when you're showed direction, you will always find that how you've been molded and how you've been treated when you're young, it has a very bigger impact on what you become in the future. Yeah.
And right from there, when you compare the kind of parenting you received and the kind of parenting that is going on today, how do you feel, and what should we maybe do to go back to?
The kind of our parenting, I think, was very good and better, because then you see now we have come up with these things of no punishing the child. I don't believe in them, because then you would know the child belonged to the society where I grew up. And so our neighbors had all the rights to beat you up if they find you doing anything not right. They had all the rights to take you, beat you up, feed you, and take you back home later. Unlike now, where you touch someone's kid and then the next day police is on your door.
Yeah.
So right now, kids belong to a family.
Even these days, it can be your own child that takes you to police.
Even now, your own child takes you to police.
Yeah.
And so the society is, and I'm not surprised, that's why we are having a lot of course lawyers are going to bash me, but that's why we are having issues of many hooligans around. Students drop out of school anyhow. Then you would just miss one class and Chiboko is on your cabin and you will not miss again. But right now kids fight with teachers because anyway, what are you going to do? And so for me, I would go back to how we grew up, really. Yeah. Ours was the best.
The best parenting.
Yeah.
Okay, so Hellen, your profession, your career, you're a teacher by profession. Tell us about this profession, how you started this journey, and are you practicing your profession at the moment?
No, I'm not practicing. But I taught, that was before COVID, 2019. So COVID came and I was then teaching in a school in Kamuli called Kamuli Progressive School. That's where I was teaching literature. Yes. But I then came and taught a bit in Mukono for a few months when they opened up. Then I joined the crew that was teaching the new syllabus. Actually, I'm a teacher trainee.
Oh.
I teach, I can train a teacher on how to teach the new syllabus.
The new syllabus, okay.
Yes, I trained the new syllabus under NCDC.
And how would you rate the new syllabus compared to what we used to have?
The new syllabus is very good. The problem was at implementation. They kept implementing it in bits. So many teachers did not go up to speed with it. And then that is what, because up to now I can tell you there are schools that are still teaching the old syllabus, the old curriculum. There are schools that are still teaching the old curriculum. There are schools that are mixing up the old curriculum and the new curriculum. So students are a bit confused. You saw when the results of the last S4 came out, many parents didn't even know what to do and how things look like. So I taught for about 3 years and then I gave it up. Somehow maybe failed to balance also with politics, but also there's a lot of energy that you put in teaching and then the output is almost zero. Yeah, I taught Koi school and they were paying me 300,000, yet they expected me Monday to Saturday.
And you have to feed on that.
You have to feed on that.
Transport.
Pay rent on it. I'm a woman, makeup on it. So
there is a lot.
Yeah. I looked at, you look at the output and the energy that you put in and what you get out of it, and they're not really balancing. You actually better go home and do agriculture. So that's how I failed to manage.
And on that note,
continue.
We've seen recently art teachers have been striking. Did you see that?
That is, for me, I feel that is a political tool. It could be politics, a divide and rule, because, I mean, if you feel arts are not so important, why don't you just scrap them off than then saying that the science teachers are better than arts teachers? They are not any better. In fact, I'm even surprised even English language is under the arts teachers. Yes, I'm an English teacher. So why don't you just scrap it off and then you leave the science teachers to thrive and then pay them as you can manage? For me, I feel it's a political tool, but also very bad for our country, because arts are not I don't know how and who looks at arts and how they look at it. I would be glad if one time they came out and explained on how they look at arts, because arts are merely life. There are people that are feeding out of their arts.
Yeah.
So if you come and then curtail the teaching sector, then it becomes problematic. Yeah.
Yeah. And if you would change anything about our education sector or system, what's that one thing you feel you would?
I would first deal with that salary issue. Make sure it is balanced. If whether you're teaching fine art, whether you're teaching history or chemistry, because at the end of it all, they all go to school the same years.
Yeah.
I did 3 years at university, just like the chemistry teacher. I did senior 6, I did P7, just like he did. So that imbalance, I would first strap it off, and I can tell it's in the long run will affect our education sector. It will, because students do not only feed on science. You have to strike a balance on the arts and the sciences. So I would first balance that, but also in my own view, I would also I have thought of, why would the child do P7 all the 7 years, do senior 6 all the 6 years, and up to, realize most until university most students don't even know what they are going to become. Some even up to university, you ask them the course they did and what job they are going to do, and they don't know. So there is need to improve on that, so that at the end of it all, by the time a child at least goes up to like P7, they have a little picture of what they are going to become, and by senior 6, then you should be very sure of what you're going to become. Not this issue of studying Canadian prairies when you've never gone there, you know. And all that, it doesn't help.
Because even after university, you've graduated. We have so many graduates, but cannot
they have a bachelor's degree in this, and they don't know where they're supposed to go and ask for a job from.
Yeah.
So I think there is a lot of touching that we need to do in the education sector. I would even reduce the primary years, actually. I would still think you can spend about 2-3 in preschool, but then when you're done with preschool and you come to primary, let a child finish 5 years in primary. And because or let them do all the 7, and maybe we reduce the high school and make them 4, so that the child gets out of school. You spend a lot of resources, a lot of years, come on street and become unemployed. You don't know what to do. So what is that exactly that we are mentoring? Nothing.
Okay. I hope the policy makers have heard you, Hellen. And Hellen, your transition from teaching to leadership, how was the transition, and what the inspiration for you to join leadership?
The transition was, I think mine was a bit natural. I was actually the chairperson of High Initiative Club. The CCG has still have in Chambogo.
Yes.
That time there was a gentleman called Emma. He was our supervisor. He used to come through and supervise us. They used to give us 100,000 every debate. That money was nice. They shouldn't come and ask for accountability anymore. But he used to give us 100,000.
The Hope Initiative Club under CCG. Yes. Okay.
To organize debates and to organize meetings. So I was the chairperson, and I used to organize those debates. And then Emma would come and supervise, and then would give him a report. We even had records on the membership and all that. So I from that Hope Initiative, I was good at debating. Even now, when I argue,
please tell us about how the Hope Initiative Club really made you a good.
It mentored me. It mentored me in terms of giving accountability and knowing what to do at what time. Because they would put in a program and say maybe you're going to conduct a debate or a meeting at this time. And trust me, Emma would be that very time to supervise. Or even if he doesn't, there would be someone who would give him information and you don't know who did. So from there that I came to Limelight, and the UID chapter then, they were short of some leadership. So they reached out to me, and I that time, and said, you can come actually and be our chair. The last time they had a woman chair, it was very good. She performed, and that I think was that was Nabukenya Brenda. She's now an MP for Luwero. So that's how they reached out to me, and I became the chapter chair, and that's how I kept transiting. Be it that I was almost getting done with campus, I kept transiting, and now I'm here. But I can tell you that that Hope Initiative,
the Hope Initiative Club,
it is a very good club.
Yeah.
And whichever student is in that club at any campus, please take it serious. It can take you somewhere.
So what are some of the activities that used to happen in Hope Initiative Club to a student who is watching us and would love to join? The kind of mentorship that you people received in this particular club that has shaped you into your...
For us, we used to do inter-class debates. We used to have, we used to go into these associations and have debates. We even used to do activities like cleaning up the campus, because we had our cards. There would be like a small green card.
Yes.
Yes, and then we show it, and we used to be very proud of it. My very first time to attend a mentorship program in a hotel, it was under CCG in Namugonga. I think that is the unique hotel, most likely. I don't remember, because it was my first time to get out of campus, but I remember we took the Namugongo route. I don't remember the hotel, but it must be unique. Nowadays, I look at it and I'm like, this must be the place where I went. Because we went down and then it was a hotel with a very big compound, and we slept there. It was my first also time to sleep in a hotel. So the exposure I got there, I was like, so the people that sleep in these hotels, how do they do it? So when I went back, I went back with that heart that I must make sure I keep coming.
Go back.
I keep coming.
Yes.
So then that's when we met Perry. Perry was part of our trainers of that session.
Yeah.
And Perry was talking about women and youth. Then we had Matanda, Council Matanda. You know him?
Yes, yeah.
Yes. He was also there talking about how to thrive youth and business. And then he told us he was doing a rat farming, rabbit farming. So that is the journey that we have come from.
You know, I asked you more about that because CCG is organizing another interface debate for the students in the Hope Initiative clubs in 25 universities.
Unfortunately, I never did the inter-university. That was not there, I think, that time.
Okay.
Then later, I think when I had already graduated, that's when they called me for one session that was in Bara. I also don't remember the hotel because I was taken there.
Yeah. Okay.
I was taken there.
Yes.
That's when I did one, and then I was actually an observer because I was out of campus.
Ah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hope Initiative, it was a very good opportunity for me.
Yeah.
Yes.
We are so grateful to the Center for Constitutional Governance. Here we are looking at the fruits of the Hope Initiative Club. So yes, Hellen, take us through this journey. You became how did you become the vice president of UID first of all?
No, if I tell you how I even won that election, I don't know. I don't know how I won. Because, you know, this was a party that everyone was telling me these are positions for people in the central. I was then contesting. I was contesting with a gentleman. I haven't been in a race with a woman. I've only been contesting with men in these races.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I contested with a gentleman who now left the party. And the delegates conference was in Gulu. I was working in Kambli, as I've told you, as a teacher. My opponent arrived 2 days earlier than me. By the time I reached, he had campaigned everywhere. Had put his posters in strategic places. I didn't know what it was. I had to do. I think that was his second time attending a delegates conference.
Yeah.
It was my first time. I didn't even have posters. I didn't have. I reached and everyone was just surprised at a very short girl. I was very short and very small but talkative. And my voice was, I think, more sharper than it is now. So I reached and my opponent had already arrived. So I think I somehow even got a sympathy vote because I arrived at around, I think, 6 a.m. and voting was supposed to start like at midday, but it was delayed. I think over because of weather, over because of funds. I don't know why it delayed. So when I arrived, I never slept. I found people were having their sports gathered. You know how delegates conferences be. You find like Acholis are in this place, Western are in this place. So the moment I arrived, I went and started campaigning. I started explaining to them why I'm late. The party delayed to clear our transport. Then me, I didn't look at it. I didn't say it like that. I used it as an opportunity to say my opponent, my opponent maliced me and talked to the driver. So we arrived late. We arrived late. So they looked at like a young girl. And me, every time I went to like a camp and they ask a lot of questions. Why are you coming for this position? Then you'd find funny women. Every time they commented funny about me and my height, I would cry. So I think, so the older women and the men,
yes.
they are the youthful ones they bully. So the older women and the men liked me, they gave me a sympathy vote. But also I campaigned really vigorously, like in 5 hours.
Who was behind you? Did you have any support system behind you going for this position for the very first time?
I don't remember having any support system. Nobody was on me. But also what I want to say is that about delegates conferences, everyone, you can have someone behind you from the start, but towards the end, everyone will focus on their race. You will stay alone.
Yeah.
You will stay alone. So I had met a few young women in the party then who kept on me. There's she's called Doreen Aquare. I had met her in a conference. There's a time they invited us for a conference. It was 3 days. Funny me, I came with only the clothes I was putting on. So she then, how I got to know her, she called me. I was very little, I was fearing women. Then the Namboses, all of them were in the party and they would speak. You would not even reach where they are seated. So she looked at me, I was looking miserable, not knowing what to do now. You've come with only what you're putting on. The conference is 5 days. So she gave me what to put on for all the days and was hosting me in her own hotel room because I even feared sleeping alone in my own room, yet I was given at a cellar. So she became my friend, and in that race, she's the one who was telling me, you go here, do this, do this. Yes.
So as you were campaigning, what were you promising these people?
I was promising them that we were going to...
And how did you convince, you know?
I was convincing them that we are going to do structures for UID from grassroots up to district level. I was convincing them that we are going to make sure UID becomes again a very strong youth movement. Convincing them that we shall go on ground campaign for MPs, do recruitment, because majorly that is the job of UID, to do recruitment, to improve on the branding of the party, hold leadership accountable, such things. And my opponent didn't have talking points, which I had.
That you had.
Yeah. So with my naivety, I was very orderly. I had my points very clear. Then I was smart. Then I used to put on my dress, and I was very tiny. Then I would stand in the middle of delegates and disappear. You would not see me.
People from behind couldn't see.
People from behind would not see me.
Yeah.
Yes. Then when time for giving the manifesto came, my opponent spoke first. My opponent spoke first. So when I went to speak, in fact, I almost did not speak. People were clapping and making noise for me. So I ended up failing to talk.
Oh dear.
The only thing I remember is that I was off the podium and seated somewhere very comfortably waiting for a win.
And then you see yourself winning. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So journey to becoming the president.
It's been the toughest.
The toughest.
The toughest.
Yes.
Be it that you've been in office, but people forget that you've been a deputy. They think everything goes in your hands to do, nobody else. It was the toughest for me. People expected me to campaign every district, which was not the case the other time. People had already known me, everyone knew me. And like the other time when you came and convinced people on the last minute, it's been the toughest. And I tried my level best, I think. In my term as vice president, I tried and reached in almost every district. Talking to the young people, visiting chairpersons, I had done my best. But then there came this delegate conference where we had made the cooperation agreement. So explaining was a very big issue.
Maybe someone who is watching us would want to know from Vice President, what motivated you to go to the top?
Because
the position.
From Vice President, I did not believe I served to my capacity, having had a boss. And your job as a deputy is to deputize. You only do when you're delegated or in absence of your boss. My boss was always present and delegated me, I think, like 3 times only. So I believed under vice president, I never served really to the level that I wanted to. And deep inside me, I always want to, when I have a position, I must serve when I promise people that I should. So I had a debt within me that at least if I could strive and become the president, I think I can perform, throw all my energies and all that I am there, and make sure that the young people of DP get something. So that majorly is what was inside me and haunting me all the time. But also the fact that DP has had issues where they mentor, groom people, they go. Mentor, groom people, they go. I'm like, now since I am still here, I must stay and act as an example, even to the other young people, that you do not have to go anywhere. If the party has chosen you, put resources in you, groomed you, and now you are who you are, you have to stay home. So all the years that I've been in this party, and the party that I chose, nobody coerced me to join. I was like, I must now grow within the ranks of the very party that I am in, serve when given opportunity, and actually serve to my best and stay. So those are the 2 key major issues, but also the space for the young women in my party. The space is there, but the young women never come up to take the spaces. So how about you who is here can take up this and motivate all the others also to come and know that there is space? Because me, I am here to act as a yardstick for judgment that true, this is a political party. Political parties are majorly governed by men, but there is your space which you should come and fight for. And I can tell you the journey to becoming the president of this UID, it is a journey that shows that you actually have to fight so hard to win these spaces. Nobody will bring them to you, irrespective of how strong you are, irrespective of how capable you are. You must fight until the last minute.
And as a woman, you've said women were not there in your party. Yes. As a woman, what are some of the challenges you think, not only in your party, but in Uganda as a country, women in politics? There's so many issues around. What do you think should be done to see that the fear within the young women is limited?
My dear, women are very soft people. If you go through, if you look around, no woman wants to be where they are not liked, where they are forward, where they are maliced. Many women will always pull back in such instances. But it depends on what you as a person you're chasing. Everything starts with you. Because in the politics of this country, you will have many fighting you, but also you'll have many slowly fighting for you.
Yeah.
So you have to, you see, the loudest people normally are the negative voices. But there are always those majority silent voices that are fighting for you. So you as a person, it depends on you and what you want. For me, whereas I know, and I was in a campaign where I think I had the loudest, even after elections, people were still drawing me cartoons on social media. People had formed, I think, like 10 pseudo Twitter accounts to be fighting me and to be posting negativity about me. And I would just look at them and laugh. But there are very few young people who will keep focused.
True.
So for me, the journey should be about you as a person, as an individual, what you're pushing, and you should be the first person to motivate yourself. Motivation can never come from outside. The motivation that comes from outside is never enough. It should be about you and your instincts. Me, the moment my instincts tell me I'm doing what is right, even if 1,000 people come and tell me I'm doing wrong, I will not. For me, I can be alone right like this and see other 1,000 people wrong and I leave them. So for you who wants to chase something, but also it depends on what motivates you, what are your instincts telling you. If they are telling you that what you're doing is right, do not look aside. Do not look aside. If you're an athlete in the pitch, there are people that you do not focus on the people that are cheering on you. No, you have to focus on finishing the line.
Yes.
So for me, it's about finishing the line. It's about where I am going. No, not about the other people that are on the side and you're not talking. I implore young people out there to look for mentors. Look for a mentor who understands you and make sure you understand that mentor too. Mentorship is very, very important and very key. If you do not have where you hold your hands on when you're about to fall, then you will fall.
Yeah.
You must have where your eyes are focusing and where to hold when things don't go right.
Yeah.
Yes.
This position, the president of UID, what does it come with? And the office, what do we see the office do?
The major role of my office is to mobilize the young people to support the party. You have the whole country to mobilize, and every young person is looking on you. The bitterness with the UID president is that not only the young people of DP will look up to you, even young people of other political parties do. So you have a whole burden of acting perfect, even when you're not. You have a whole burden of doing what is right all the time, integrity. It comes with sacrificing a lot. That some of the things you would have done when you're not you. Me, there are things I would have wished to do, but I cannot do. Because where you're going, you must know that there is someone who knows you. Even if somebody doesn't know you, those things will come out.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So you're very careful on where you're going. You're very careful on who you are with. You're very careful on who you talk to. It comes with a lot of sacrifice. But it's a very big opportunity that it puts people out there to serve to your best capacity. There is no one who has served in this position and remained a layman. No. Because DP is the political party that when it chooses to embrace you, it does with all its might. But also when DP chooses to throw you out, it does at once. Yeah.
Okay. So Helen, how are you using this position to see that you're working together hand in hand with the young people in your party, but also young people away from DP to strengthen their voice and more especially in political activities?
First of all, for me, my interest would be seeing very active young people come up. There are young people out there that are very good. They know what to do. They just do not have the opportunity or even the platform. my job is to make sure that all the young people that are outside there, and for me it's a generational cause. My theme for my leadership when I was campaigning, I would tell people, I want to lead a generational talk. And the talk shouldn't just be about DP as a party. It should be about the fact that the young person who is struggling down there and is in either NRM or whatever party is heard. My job is to just lead them. And if I can tell you, I have had young people who I meet and they're in NRM and they're telling me this and this is our challenge and this is how it can be solved. And if I have the way of helping them, I will do that. Because mine isn't just about UID, mine is about how can we as a generation build something solid to benefit the country, but also the country to benefit us. So for me, I look up to having young people, very solid young people, who do not have opportunities, but who are very good, access opportunities to speak up, to build themselves and also to build the country. It's about giving a platform. Yes.
Yeah. And how different is the ideological approach of UID different from other party youth leagues?
The difference is that ours is semi-autonomous. The UID office in DP is semi-autonomous, but also UID has mentored the many youth in this country compared to any other youth league of any party. If today morning Jesus called and said all the young people who went through UID, you stand there politically, other political parties may remain empty. UID has performed very well at mentorship and it focuses majorly on that. We have a space of mentorship in the party that no party has. There's no other party that has. I think it is, I think NUP has been trying to copy a few things. Of course, because it has many UID alumni, it had tried to start up the school, the mentorship school, which I saw the Honorable Kaija Doreen was arrested over. And I don't think that should be a case. Mentoring and giving space for young people really shouldn't be a case to arrest somebody for. DP has been the only party that mentors and sharpens young people to occupy spaces. The only party. We are unequaled on that, I can tell you. Yeah. So we are good at mapping out young people that are good, mentoring them, and actually showing them the way to go. Yes.
And what role do you think the young people have in shaping our country, democracy, but also in political transition?
The young people have a job of, their role is as easy as showing up. Because if you don't show up, nobody will look for you so easily. So the young people have a role of showing up and talking about how we want our country to be. Because until we talk about these things, then nobody knows what we want. If you have a space that you're in, however small it is, how are you using it to benefit your neighbor? Because now when we talk about building the country, it ceases to be about you. It is about what the other people feel the country should look like. Because you who has a certain platform, you're a voice. You are the voice of the rest that do not have. So among the key issues that we have to fight for this country to be better. When you find time, what are you talking about? How are you using the platforms that you have? Corruption is eating us up. What is your say about it? We are heading into elections. How are you going to make sure you get effective leaders, not just the bandwagon of who has given what amount of money? If it's about participation, if you go to vote, who are you going to vote? Are you even going to vote anyway? So the country is majorly about us right now because we have the numbers, we even have the energy. Actually, everything is in our favor. It's only the system that is against our favor, of which I think with the numbers, if we add up the numbers and the energy, we can beat the system. Our biggest problem has been goodwill. Yes.
You talk of showing up. The last election we had in Uganda, we saw many people coming up. Do you think it will be the same case, like we are in campaign
Coming
season
up to
next year?
campaign.
Yes. And there's a lot of, abductions, arrests, done on these young people. Do you think it will still be the same, what we saw last year, or there will be a change?
The problem is that we young politicians get worn out so fast. The energy that we put, it depends on what you achieved then. If, for example, you fought so hard to have an effective MP in parliament and then they reached and disappointed you, chances are very high that you will give up. But it shouldn't just be about, you see, the future is for those that keep pressing on. So for me, I expect that every young person that wishes good for this country will still show up with the same energy, go and participate in this election. The difference is that we must now be very careful, because at least we know the wrong buttons that we pressed last time. And we shouldn't just do the same mistakes so that we are abducted and then we miss out on the voting, or maybe we are crippled. Because if I can tell you, if you listen to like those young people that were in prison for all that long time, up to now we still have those that are still in prison. And that's why I say, also as leaders, let's be careful. It shouldn't just be about you. For me, if I had any means, we wouldn't have gone into this election. We have a lot of mess to sort. The young people who are still in prison, young people who have been crippled and they've not been compensated, the curtailing of political parties. If I had the means, we wouldn't go into this election. We'd first have a dialogue as a country and agree on the way forward. Unfortunately, the next election is more important to some people than the lives of the Ugandans. And if you've been following history, every next election is worse than the past election. The 2016 election was not good. The 2021 election, 2021 was bad. I don't know what 2026 will look like. But we needed to first, as a country, go into what they call a retreat. In Uganda, they call it Olsirika, right? We would first do a retreat as Ugandans and talk to ourselves and see a way forward. Because I don't know how many young people are in safe houses because of the elections. We needed to first listen to ourselves. Even the nomination process itself, if you looked at it, we need to talk.
By the look of things, what you're saying, this whole system is so frustrating.
It is so frustrating. And if you see now everyone for themselves, if you talk to young people, they will tell you, me, as long as I go and campaign and get my money, I have no problem. You saw what happened to the NRM Delegates Conference. Young people were just crying, money, 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 nothing else. You saw, everyone was crying. Whoever got a microphone, please give young people money, please. Nobody had a campaigning talk. There was no clear issue that was being pushed.
It's money.
It is either about money, about you as an individual, not about the people that you have. So we just need to first listen to ourselves and be honest with ourselves. Unfortunately, ego and
on that note, back to us, the voters. What do you think is the problem? Why do we keep asking for money from these politicians? Why is the problem?
The problem is
why
that
is there a lot of finances in
poor leaders.
Political?
Poor leaders. I can tell you, if you see like this parliament that we've been having, very few leaders have delivered. There are some that have even never stood on the floor of parliament.
Yeah, true.
So when they come back, me as a voter, I don't want to lose twice. And if you talk to those voters, that's when they will tell you, akange kampe nkalie kati. Because they know when you go back, when you go to that house, you're not going to do anything there. And they're not going to do anything to you. There are some MPs in that parliament who are voted anyhow. They deploy and they go through. So the pain of going through all that, it is now it's the rich that go through. The poor can never. So if it's the rich that go through, why don't you just give me money, I eat? Because you don't want to lose twice.
But
You don't want to lose on good representation and also lose on money.
Akange kampe kati, I've seen people lining up for 1,000,
Yes.
a sack of salt.
That's what is available.
Yeah.
That's what is available.
Yeah.
There are those that cannot give it. And still they will go and run to represent. If we had leaders who, when they go, they represent us clearly, I think that issue of money could be beaten. Yes, the issue of money could be beaten. And if you see right now, the president, wherever he's going, is giving money, 1.2 billion, 1 billion, 5 billion. I don't know what has also happened to him. He's giving money like he has never given it before.
Yeah.
So it has just become about money. That's why I've told you we needed to first retreat. Yes, it would be very important and beneficial. And then we agree on what kind of leaders we need as a country. Because now politics has become part of business. If you moved around this country, you'd realize that there is no booming business than politics. There are more political billboards than business billboards.
Yeah.
So, you know, our business as a country is politics, nothing else. There is no other business taking place right now.
Yeah. Okay. Hellen, as president of UID, which legacy would you want to leave?
When I am not the UID president? Yeah, I want to leave, and they say UID revived and became the strongest youth voice platform when I'm not the UID president. And I am sure we are going to do that. We are going to focus on recruitment. In this term, we're going to focus on recruitment and making sure that we get out the young and energetic young people to occupy platforms. Don't get surprised every time I'll be calling you, telling you there is a young person here I want you to host. Yeah, because young people are there actually. They just do not have who to hold their hand and show them a way. So for me, I would want to leave behind a very vibrant youth wing that it actually can put even the mother mainstream on tension, that can hold the mother stream accountable, that can show the mother the mainstream a way forward. And that's what I'm trying to build. We have had issues of transition all the time as UID. Many people, even when they are 40, they don't want to leave UID. They want to be called UID. It is a very big problem in UID. So I want to aid that, and I want, by the time I leave UID, I want to finish that war. I don't know how I fight, but I'm going to fight and make sure that the issue of people in their 50s, 40s still fighting to occupy the space of the young people. I want to leave when I finish that war, so that the young people of DP can enjoy their space, because that is literally their space.
I saw you emphasizing something about, the people who are supposed to be in a UID, 18 to
30. If you stretch too much, you can still
30.
associate up to 35. But above 35, you're not supposed to be anywhere in the picture of the UID. You're supposed to be fighting with Dr. Siranda, Norbert Mao, fighting with the Mukasambide. But you're 40. Why are you fighting with the Sayuni Hellen is the Hajaras? Why? So that is the war that I want to finish. I want, so that by the time I leave, I want everyone who is above 35 to know that this is not my space.
Space for young people. Space
for young people, full stop. If you're above that, transit and go to the mainstream. I think transiting is the biggest.
Yeah, it's a problem.
It's a very big problem. People don't want to transit, but we must teach them how to.
Is it because the positions come with a lot of good things that we don't want to live for?
Being young, nobody wants to grow. Being young is very enjoyable. Being young is very enjoyable. So I want to establish an office for the UID so that they have an address. When they come, their issues are very hard. I want to live when I have made UID a very space for young women. Young women, majorly. Ever since UID was formed, we last had one female president, Nabo Kenya. I want it to be as easy as it should be for other
For the
positions, for a
women.
young woman to compete and win this
Wow.
position.
Yeah.
Yes, and I want to leave when we have the serious database for the young people, when we've continuously won for positions. Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we look forward to also seeing that happen. And as we try to wind up, what has been your most rewarding moment or achievement all your life of in your leadership journey, from the vice president, now you're the president? Yeah.
My most rewarding, I think my most rewarding journey is that in this last election, I saw many young people who wanted to compete for positions in DP.
Wow.
For me, it gave me some happiness.
Yeah.
If I think my deputy, the secretary and the deputy secretary are all very young. Our deputy secretary is still at university actually. And even in the mainstream, we had young people who were competing for the mainstream positions. Our legal advisor, Akware Doreen, is very young. For me, that has really showed that all the time we were trying to visit branches, show up in spaces, we were motivating someone out there that we can take up these positions. And I know we are going to do that. We are going to take up positions. But also there's nothing that makes me happy than when I go into these conferences and you find someone telling you out there that you motivate them.
Wow.
I think that is something that I just die and come back. So those are the small things that make us that make our journey.
Yeah, beautiful ones.
Yeah, they are very beautiful ones. And then when you go when you visit someone, then you find someone and they tell you, actually you're the one who sent me here. You just sent them as a visit, and then they became family of where I sent them.
Yeah.
Also it makes me happy. Yes.
Wow. It feels nice, doing good things to people and they appreciate. So Hellen, what do we see Hellen become in the next 5 years? Next 5 to 10 years? What do you have in plan?
Politics evolves so fast that what I'm planning now, the next day I may plan differently.
Yeah.
I may plan differently, but I think within 5 years, after building a very strong force within the party, because it will all depend on how you build in these 5 years. But majorly, I think 2030 I should be in parliament. I will contest for a position in my constituency, direct seat definitely. And I think I will start doing groundwork in 2027, because in my constituency people really start so early. Yeah, so I will focus on that. Then maybe for the delegates conferences and for the party, this party has given me enough mentorship. I can tell you this party has given me space that I would not get anywhere. Because in other political parties, it is whose child are you, where do you come from? I have never been asked this question in DP. Nobody has ever asked me.
Wow.
Apart from those that want to use it as a campaign tool, and they always fail at it during delegates conferences. My president calls them provincialists. So, but the mentorship I've gotten from this party, I can contest for anything. I have the courage that can go for any position, that can show up anywhere, and I talk about myself, and I'm just showed a way through. So for me, mine is appreciation, but also to say that we must build this country. This country must be built. So my next journey should be about how best are we as young people, how best can we build this country? How best can it build us? Because you cannot build something that is not building you. How best can we build our country so that we enjoy our country? Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Who do you look up to in the political space?
In the political
Your role
space,
model, yes?
my role model has been my president. Yeah, my president, because if you hear his story, he became MP at 28. I'm 28 now, I'm not. He became MP at 28. 2 terms as MP, went for LC5, went contested for president of the party, lost, came back and won, and now he's making 20 years as president. Yeah, he's someone I look up to. But also his personal character is something that if I woke up and found myself with, I'd die a happy person. He has a very solid character that is rare in people. Yeah, he's very patient with people, very tolerant. He's a kind of, I don't know, I cannot explain Norbert Mao to people who don't know him.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
It's not until you know someone.
Unless you've come closer to that man,
true.
You cannot know who a leader is. But I can tell you, my president is such a leader that I don't know, but young people, please. He's a leader that everybody should look up to.
Yeah.
In terms of character, how he has grown up in ranks of who he is right now. He's someone that I really look up to. Yes.
Wow. Hellen, how do you balance your personal life, leadership, politics? How do you balance, and then activism?
I balance. I have, when it's time for something, then it's time for it.
It's time for that.
Yes, and when it's my time, it is my time. I have my very safe space, my home. I don't allow politics there. My place, no politician has gone there. Because that is where I do myself from. That is my space. I keep it for me. When it is time for activism and I'm supposed to go on the streets, that is where you'll find me. So it's about the time. These things are not so hard, but if you put it in your brain that when it's time for this, then it's time for it, then you do it. It's as easy as the body just adjusts. My body just adjusts according to where I am. If I am home, then I am home, and that is business home. If you call me for a TV show, then my body immediately knows that I am supposed to be serious here. Yeah, so it's about the calendar, knowing, but also these are things that are easy to adjust into. I've almost grown up in it. Not that I'm adjusting at a later stage. These things are hard if you're like joining at like 40, but by 20 you were already into it. So it's almost becoming part of me. Yeah.
Wow. And finally, what are your comments or your word to the young person who is watching us today, who is maybe encouraged, who is motivated, who is inspired by what you're doing? And then with your experience, one or two words to them, how they can stay focused, consistent, but also engage in the political processes of the country.
Dear young people, as I've said, it starts with you and what you want to see. If you believe you have something to add on this country, indeed you have it. And now your job is to show up in these spaces. Do not feel sorry for yourself. Do not feel sorry for yourself. Many young people be there, I'm tired, how do I get here? If you ever see an opportunity, just go straight and just attack. Just attack. Because nobody is going to give you space. No one. You just have to keep trying. If you see this is a political season, you have something to put on table, go pick nominations and contest. Or touch yourself on somebody who you believe has that vision that you want to see, on what you want this country to look like. Continue showing up. If there is an office that you want to go to, go and knock, be chaste, come back, go back and knock again. Do not keep seated in one place saying, I wish I could see this one. I wish I could do this one. No, just get up and go there. If they chase you, me the time I went to DP headquarters, I was in year 2 at campus. I went there 3 times when I could not see Norbert Mao, but he was seated like there. But people were telling me, you have to first secure an appointment. But I had written like 10 times and nobody's responding. And by the time I met him, he had never seen any letter wanting to see him.
Imagine.
I don't know where those letters were going. So you have to keep going. And me, I'm a testimony of that. You have to keep knocking. The 3rd time when I went there, it is the Dr. Siranda, then he was very tiny, who asked me, I've seen you severally here, what do you want? Up to now, you have never been worked on. Then he took me to his office and I told him, I have been coming here, I just want to see the president. Then he just held my hand and took me there and I saw him. So you have to keep knocking those doors, keep showing up in those doors. We are into an election, be careful. We want to see change, but the change must find you alive. Make sure you keep yourself safe, and when you're given an opportunity, please perform to the best, knowing that there are many people that are looking up to you. Know that there are many people that are out there holding you accountable, even when you've not appointed them. For them, they will be there. They're appointed overseers, they appointed themselves. They are going to see you. They will even be making notes on what you're doing in that job. Me, I know. The people that have been telling me I did nothing as UID vice president are not even in DP, some of them. But they were seeing. And I have no right to hold on them. They were making notes. So anywhere you be, just know there's someone making notes with a pen and paper. Your life and today,
it will come back to haunt you.
It will come back to haunt you. Your life today is a reflection of what you're going to be. A lot of the things that you're doing now will either affect you positively or negatively in the future.
Your last remarks to your people, your fans, family, and everyone you wish to say hello to.
I want to first thank Civic Space, right from CCG, for giving us spaces always, for giving me space and for appreciating me as a person. I didn't maybe tell you that even for my first time to face camera was Civic
At
Space.
Civic Space TV.
Under the tree in Trinda.
Wow, we've come a long way.
That was the first time that I looked in the camera and I started talking to you. And I was telling then it was, I think, that there was a man who left. But please cut. Please cut. I would keep telling, because I was making mistakes. I would tell him, please cut. So I want to thank Civic Space.
But now we see you on big media platforms.
So it's been a long way. I want to appreciate them for making me and for believing in me and for giving me this space always. You are really family. You are part of my family, and I want to thank all those that trust in my energies, trust in my capacity, and those that look up to me. I am very grateful, and I believe that we can build this country together, all of us. Our energies and our numbers is what we have. We just have to put them to work. And I trust that as we head to the election, we are going to, as young people, rally behind credible candidates, not just noisemakers and people that are splashing out money, but people who we are going to benefit and hold accountable. From the youth MP elections, the National Youth Council elections are also very soon, I think next week. Let's vote credible leaders and also leaders that we can hold accountable. Let's vote leaders that have our vision and passion to serve us, not just noisemakers. Yes, I want to thank you for keeping it Civic Space and for watching us.
Thank you so much, Hellen, for coming.
Thank you, Badrin, for hosting me.
It has been a very beautiful story here with Hellen, and I've picked something from her. Giving up is not an option for Hellen and for all of you who is watching us. And also, negative energy should never put you down. Yes, so we live in this life, so many things here and there, but focus on what you want to be, focus on what you want to do as an individual, look at yourself as a person, and then move ahead. Yes, thank you so much to you, our viewers. Thank you for always coming back to Civic Space TV and in particular Women Rise. It's a platform for young women. It's a mentorship space, and Hellen here is one of the things that CCG has mentored, and we are really grateful that she has also, used the platform so well, and has aimed for higher positions and greatness. To the people behind the cameras, thank you so much. You're always here for us. We appreciate your efforts and time. I've been Madrin, your host. See you next week. Bye.